Thank you for coming. Good afternoon. My name is David Brickey. I'm the interim city manager and city attorney. I'm pleased to have you all visit us and join us this afternoon for the groundbreaking for the new West Jordan Cultural Arts Facility. I would like to first introduce some of the people who are here and dignitaries, and if I miss you, please raise your hand afterwards. Mayor Kim Rolfe, and if they wouldn't mind just waving a little bit so we know where you are. We also have Representative Dave Newton, former mayor. We also have Councilman Chris McConaughey and his two children. We have Councilman Dirk Burton and his helmet. We have Councilman Alan Anderson. And Councilman Zach Jacob would like to be here, but he's actually participating with Melanie Briggs in a hearing in which they are sitting as judges, and so they can't be here. So we apologize on behalf of them. We also have other dignitaries present in the audience. I saw walking in Councilman Amy Winder Newton somewhere. There she is. And Representative Cheryl Atkins, its newest member of the House. We also have Senator Wayne Harper. Thank you, Senator. We also have Deputy City Manager Russ Wall. And probably we'll start with maybe representatives of our employees. We have Public Works Director Wendell Rigby. I saw Wendell in the back. We also have Deputy Public Works Director Justin Stoker, who's really good about finding shovels and helmets. We also have members of our arts community. Jen Crabb, our Arts Council Chair. Vic Groves, the Chair of our Cultural Arts Society of West Jordan, and his wife, lovely wife. We have representatives from Oakland Construction who brought us our nice backdrop and who will be doing the majority of work here very shortly. We also have many other members of the city staff who have helped join us and fill in the ranks. Last and not least, Miss Grace Green. Where's Miss Green? Who is our Miss Western Stampede 2017 and 18. You class the place up. Thank you. We will first hear from Jen Crabb, who has been part of our West Jordan art community for the last 20 years. She's been involved in the Arts Council for several years, both as a secretary and now serving as chair. For 2 decades, she has been a volunteer, both with the theater, on stage, and behind scenes. Following Jen, we'll hear from Ken Whedon. Mr. Whedon is the architect who helped design this lovely building. He will be the lead designer and will help explain a little bit about the building itself. Ken has been an architect for more than 24 years. So if we can start with Ms. Crabb first. Thank you.
I thought a lot about what it would take to commemorate this moment, and I keep crying every time I talk about it, so we'll just see how it goes. Communities need arts, and I'm preaching to the choir here because you're here because you know that, I believe. Study after study has been done that shows arts in communities bring people together, help people appreciate diverse ideas and diverse cultural phenomena. They help people grow their talents, strengthen a sense of community pride, help people belong to their community or feel connected to their community, and help people learn new skills. I'm proud to be part of a community that has such a strong arts presence. Literary arts, visual arts, the West Jordan Band, the Symphony, Mountain West Chorale, the West Jordan Youth Theater, and the Sugar Factory Playhouse Theater Group. They all have provided high-quality experiences for people in and out of our community and help to strengthen and grow arts in our community. We're scrappy. All the different groups have shown that we can create beautiful things, whether our resources are large or small. We prefer large, but we often get small. But we make it work. We've now even put together a nonprofit group, the Cultural Arts Society of West Jordan, to make sure that we can continue to grow arts in our culture and our community. That being said, it's time to grow us a little bit further. It's hard to grow an arts program without a stable home. The few, the small, the mighty know where to find us, but it's hard to create a continuing presence when we're nomadic, when we keep showing up in different places and under different umbrellas, and when people have a hard time tracking down what's happening in West Jordan, it's hard to get more volunteers. It's hard for people to feel that sense of community pride. It's hard to grow the program. We so appreciate the work that West Jordan City has done to help us build a stable home. I would name people, but I would forget people, and I would cause contention in the world, and I don't want to do that. So Mayor Rolfe and all the city council and all the city staff who've worked so hard for so long to help us put this plan, this dream together, we are so excited for the possibilities. Having a cultural arts center is a place where people who don't normally rub shoulders can come and spend time together and learn about each other and create a bigger family and a bigger sense of community. We want a place where people can bring their friends and family to create beautiful memories. We want places where people who aren't a part of our arts council and aren't a part of our arts already to be able to come and add more to our arts community. And this could be the spot where that happens. So we're overwhelmed and excited for what's starting here today. Communities with strong arts programs are strong communities. And today, what's happening today is a giant step forward in growing our arts program. And we're very grateful and excited to make it happen. Thanks.
I too want to thank the City of West Jordan for this opportunity and the privilege of giving you this facility and designing it in such a way that all of the arts groups can participate in it in such a way that they do call it home. The arts groups that we met with, the variety of them, all had input into this facility. And part of the thing with the input that they gave to us was also in the back of our mind was what the mayor had told us right from the beginning. I want this building to be iconic. And what does that mean? So I did a little research, and there just happened to be a architectural essayist, Jeff Kipnis, who actually wrote something about this. And so I kind of read that through and find out what does it mean to make this building iconic. And one of the things that you have to do is grasp the use of the building and incorporate it in such a way that it becomes manifested in the exterior and the interior, in such a way that people can celebrate whatever that happens to be the use. And this one is one of those great uses that you like to have because it has drama, music, sound, the literary arts, all the other ones that belong into it that create a backdrop for this. And so in such a way that we were looking at our team and looking at this is that how can we manifest that way in such a way that it becomes a building, which is always the hard thing to translate, because you have this very dynamic use, but you get a static building. So with that in mind, we were thinking of what is one of those things that we could come up with that would make this a building in such a way that it could translate that. And so we were thinking of, the first thing was like water. If you think about water, there's fluid movement to it, there's the static movement when it becomes ice, there's also when sun hits it, you get the sparkle, but there's also the sound that it makes when it comes off of buildings, or when you get the drips in the pond, or the cracking of ice, for example. And so we go, okay, let's take this and let's translate it in such a way that we can do it in a building. And one of the things in architecture, they always say, is that you want to make architecture almost like frozen music. Since there's a variety of groups, we couldn't really go in that direction totally. So we goes, what can we do to make this look and imply all of the other movements with it? So in that respect, with the materials that we had, what we are doing is kind of creating that effect of water in its different stages, but in a static motion. There's the sparkle of the lights. There's the sparkle of the way we're translating the exterior cladding, for example, in different colors and how they're coming together. And it's kind of illustrated in the the renderings that we have here. And in that respect, we felt that we kind of captured that in certain respect. So when you approach this building, you do get that sparkle in all kinds of different aspects. There's a whole other few details and everything else that we have in here, and if you want to come up to me, I can kind of explain them to you. But the other part of that is to take it from the exterior and bring it to the interior. And so when you go through this whole building, from the front lobby, the entranceway, front lobby, all the way through the house and the theater, you will see this continuation of this theme. And we hopefully have captured that, all of that we encompassed everybody and included all of of the arts groups so they all feel at home, not any one particular group. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken, Jen. Next, we'll hear from Councilman and former Mayor Dave Newton, who I know has had a huge interest in seeing this project completed. Councilman previously served as West Jordan Mayor from 2006 to 2010, and he has also served 2 years on the City Council from 1998 to 2000. He is a longtime resident of West Jordan and has been actively involved in the Arts Council and community for over 22 years. I can't say anything but please come on up, Mayor.
I never thought this day would come. It's been 20 years since we've pushed this and worked for this right here. And I didn't think I was going to be emotional about it, but I am. Sitting there, I don't know. This is great. This is great. Let me just replay a little bit of history. 22 years ago, 200 yards this way, in an old cement pavilion with a round roof that was leaking, we started our first play, Dude Ranch. It was a play by Ruth Hale that she gave us free because our whole budget for that play was $500. And we put on that first play, and what a beginning it was. And some of the people involved, I'm going to mention some names, and even though I'll be in trouble if I forget some, but Pat Oliver and Rosalie Richards and Melanie Turner pushed that deal. And I was in that play, believe it or not. They let me act if I build sets. So we found some scrap material from my shop, and we built a set. And the total cost of that set was $90. So we've graduated a little bit from that, but not much. And for the next 8 years, we did plays every summer in that pavilion. And some of the plays we did, Fiddler on the Roof, Cinderella, Annie Get Your Gun, Brigadoon, Sound of Music. Wow, what was that? Music Man, there we go. Yeah, we just did all kinds of things, and what a thrill that was to be able to produce that. And during that time, we slept in the park to protect our sets, and we endured thunderstorms and all kinds of things that we did there. And we worked in that pavilion until they tore it down. Then we moved to the sugar factory. The council let us use the sugar factory, and for $5,000 we built a theater in that sugar factory. Hundreds of volunteer man hours went into that. And for the next 7 years, we did all kinds of plays, not only our musicals, but our dramas. We had concerts in there, all kinds of things, until they tore it down. Do you see a theme coming here? Well, after that, we've been all over the city and some parts of the valley in doing our thing, and now we have a home, not only for the theater arts, but for the symphony and the band and the orchestra, and for the visual arts, and for the literary arts, and who else have I forgotten? The chorale and youth theater. Yes, the youth theater came into play there, and what a marvelous opportunity that's been. If you've never seen a youth theater play, go see them. Those kids are good, and we're building egos, we're building character, and that's what this is about. And that's why we're so proud. And I'm thankful to the City Council for seeing that vision now, and thanks to the mayor and all those involved, all those who have been involved through the years in so many ways. Vic and Michelle Groves, the Dallies, Robbie and his technical group, I know I'm missing all kinds of people, but Delane Jessup and the orchestra and band, tremendous people that have put so much time and effort into this. For that, we thank you for that, and this is where it's going to be. This will be our home. So, to quote some of my thespian friends, on with the show. Break a leg.
Thank you, Mayor Newton. Our concluding speaker of the day will be Mayor Kim Rolfe. Mayor Rolfe took office in 2014 and prior to that served two terms on the City Council. He has lived in West Jordan and been a member of this community for over 40 years. He's worked hard to make sure West Jordan is a great place to live, work, do business, and have fun. We'd like to hear from Mayor Rolfe. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today. For me, this is a great day. You know, for someone that has no artistic ability whatsoever, you know, we all have talents. I have none when it comes to the artistic community within our city. But my wife and I are someone that really enjoys all of the arts. The plays that are put on, the art that's displayed within our city, those who can play musical instruments, and those that have a voice, unlike me. It's just a wonderful thing to have in our city, and there's so much time spent practicing and performing, and I know that everyone here today is happy as I am to see this day come. During my term as mayor and 2 terms as city council member, many of us have worked very hard for this day to come. We've worked on different venues, other places that haven't worked out, but this is truly going to be a home that will be here for a long time. And all of those in the arts community will be able to call it home. I'm excited to announce the biggest thing for me is this is built with no tax increase, the funding is available, and there's no bonding for this facility. This is no small feat. The City Council has worked hard to get us to this point that we didn't have to use those funding sources. I'd like to thank all of those who wrote letters in support of this project. We received letters from the school board members, West Jordan Chamber of Commerce, elected officials, local and state, individuals and families from the community, as well as, I believe, everyone on the Arts Council. And thank you very much to the members of the Arts Council who have given their time and talents to enrich our community. Now I'd like to thank, and you know, I've had in my professional life, I've had the opportunity to be a part of many large projects, and I've worked with a lot of designers and architects and a lot of construction companies. And myself and Councilmember McConaughey have been lucky enough to sit on a lot of meetings about this particular project, but CRSA and Oakland Construction cannot be beat. They have helped us so much. They never got tired of the dumb questions we asked about certain things, and I know that they have a larger team than that works with them, but this is the result of many months and a lot of hard work that they did, and I can't thank them enough for their professionalism and working with them. I'd also like to thank the members of our city staff. They've worked tirelessly to get us to this day as well. This facility will become home to our a welcome addition, actually, to our Civic Center. As you see behind me, City Hall, the County Health Center, the County Library Headquarters, the State Courthouse, the West Jordan Justice Center, Fire Station number 52, the District Attorney's Office, Gene Fulmer Rec Center, the Senior Center, and the West Jordan Arena. So this is a great addition to that Civic Center. The building is 20,000 square feet and will seat about 300 residents or spectators to the events that happen. Again, I give thanks to everyone that had a part in this. It's so wonderful to finally get to this day. You've heard enough. Let's turn the dirt over. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Rolfe. Thank you for coming. At this point, we're going to have 18 lucky individuals step up to the shovel, the hard hat, and turn some dirt. This is a wonderful opportunity to pull out those iPhones, those cameras, and take some pictures. Once the dirt's turned, we'll be done with this presentation, but we do appreciate everyone coming out on such a lovely first day of November. Thanks for coming.
Our